Good evening, all CLAT aspirants, CLAT 2026 aspirants. I know that today your admit cards have also come out. So you are on the brink of writing your paper, and your energy, your anticipation, your nervousness, everything is in full mode and double timing. So these are some of the strategies that can keep you calm and make the most of the last few days that are left, so that on that day you are effective. On the day of the exam, you are dealing with the exam with the right level of nervous energy, with the right level of uh, you know sanity, and with a great mindset. So hopefully some of these things are going to be very, very helpful. So the first thing that I would like to share with you today is a whole list of don'ts with a whole list of do's. So the last few days, you should not start anything new. You should just spend your time in revising, analyzing, learning from your past mistakes, because starting something new will not register. And because starting something new will not register, you will not be in any position to make anything out of it. So don't start with anything new. Focusing on your past mistakes will be a better utilization of your time. Focus more on analysis than test taking. Concentrate on not repeating your errors. Concentrate on learning from your errors. Discuss, talk to your mentors, discuss your doubts. Talking to your mentors will have two benefits. You will be assured, they will motivate you, they will ensure that your nervousness is in control, and once your doubt is cleared, you will remember any discussion with your mentor. So you will not remember anything new on the day of your exam, but any last minute discussion on any error that you have been constantly making, that you will remember. The most important is trustworthy resources. Don't listen to rumors. Don't look at changing your technique suddenly because you saw some video. Don't believe, because at this moment, sane voices are the ones that matter the most. If your mentor is the one you have trusted, if your teachers are the ones that you have trusted, keep listening to them. But don't go on to anything that a marketing campaign is throwing in your way. You know, that is not going to be helpful. It will confuse you. It will wreak havoc with your strategy. So focus on just the people that have taught you, just the right type of people. Ignore all the rumors. Anything which does not come from the CLAT body is considered a rumor. So don't listen to it. In case there are some of you who are starting now, who are just trying to give CLAT as a shot, my advice to you is that just try to do mocks and learn backwards, because clearly there is no time. So if you have just started in the last 1 month, focus on the mocks and quickly learn backwards. If you have started late, either you are just trying it to see if it suits you, or you think, or maybe you are, not you think, you are bright and you think that you will be able to handle it. So show that. Do the mock, learn backwards, show your smartness, and trust your ability, because you have started late, which means you have trusted your ability, right? So learn backwards. So maybe this is the last week, last 10 days, or just the week that you can attempt the unattempted mocks, right? And write the mocks in an actual exam time. At CP, we are conducting mocks every alternate days now. So come to your centers, take the mocks and write them in the time with invigilation. Remember that passage is principle and principle is God. So don't think beyond the given passage, beyond the principle. Just stick to your basics. Your basics are going to be your guide. Whenever in the moment of confusion, choose an answer that the basics teach you to choose. Don't try theatrics. CLAT is a paper that is 90% more likely to stick to a basics answer rather than any, whoosh, abracadabra kind of an answer. So stick to the basics. Basics tell you to stick to the passage or the principle, and that is what is God. Focus a lot on the analysis. Maybe some of you are struggling to increase the last 5 marks. So the analysis, those little loopholes where you have faltered, those are going to get you the marks. Check the mock again, check the answer again, focus on your mistake. What made you mark this? And keep telling yourself that you are not going to fall for this option. If not, concentrate on the questions you got wrong and understand why you got them wrong. Discuss them with your peers, mentors, or teachers. So just focus on your errors. Try to give yourself something. Why that error happened? What happened? What word did you miss? That kind of introspection, that kind of time spent with yourself is the best time, right? And if there is a particular section you have always struggled with, then solve more sectional tests to try to build that section now, whatever way you can in the last week. So instead of not doing it at all, try to solve that section separately. Remember, your total score will only come if you solve all sections. If you miss a section, you will fall short of the required total score. So total score is very, very important. That is what is seen. That is what decides the cutoff. So every section you have to do some scoring. That is what you have to remember. So my time, how I would spend this time is, if I need to write a paper, I'm a sort of person who needs to write the test, I will write the test, but I will spend more time focusing on my errors, talking to myself, trying to understand, okay, why I did what I did wrong, what did I miss, and trying to avoid those little errors. And the remaining time I would spend doing my GK. This is what I would do. If I'm a person who's nervous, or I have got exhausted, I have taken a lot of mocks, I will stop the mocks. I will do the mocks as section tests. I will solve them, in an order where I need to solve more of one section. I will ease it out. Just do it like a section test, 2 sections or 3 sections in a day, and focus on my errors. So identify with who you are. Do you need the mock or do you need the section? Or simply, if you are too nervous, just focus on your GK score. Do your GK and just keep doing the mock analysis of the mocks that you have given. Reduce your mocks to 1 or 2 only. And after 30th November, you should not write any mock. You really need to ease your brain out. Otherwise, the exhaustion will show itself in the exam. Don't take any mocks, even don't take any section tests. Let your brain breathe and just focus on your GK. Allow yourself to think that day by not exhausting your brain. Remember what I said, if you are stressing too much, please reduce the mocks. You cannot prioritize mock attempts over your mental health. Trust in yourself. You have learned everything. You have written the right amount of mocks. Now just trust them. Not everyone has to do 40 mocks or 50 mocks or 100 mocks. Your good mocks are the ones that matter. So number is not important. Quality is important. Don't run after the mock number. People may have written 200 mocks and may still be scoring 20. So don't worry about that. Just focus, and maybe you can attempt them as sections, as I said, if you are feeling jittery. Because if you're not doing them also, you feel nervous. So just take them as sections and maybe as untimed sections, so that your brain is just practicing the ability to read and give answers, right? Rather than the whole stress of the paper. Focus on your GK. Try to get as much GK in during this time. Trust me, it may sound cliched, but 2 minutes of meditation are going to be very, very helpful. If you are the person who is crumbling under pressure and you have a tendency to get extremely nervous and you feel the nervousness building around you, just deep breathe, put on some meditative music, and 2 to 3 minutes before attempting a mock or a section, just meditate, clear your thoughts, and let all that energy go into focus building rather than, into nervous energy. I will really stress on this point. Focus on your sleep cycle. If your sleep cycle is not good, guys, it's going to affect you. That is what will make you more jittery and nervous because your brain is tired. Focus on your sleep cycle. Please get your sleep in pattern, in routine. Overnight, you will not be able to change it, but a week or two before the paper, change the sleep cycle. Please sleep on time. If not at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, at least try to hit the sack by 11 o'clock. Please sleep on time. Wake up at not later than 8 o'clock so that your brain is fully awake before the paper. Otherwise, if you wake up at 10 o'clock, you will be groggy. So wake up at 8, practice your meditation, go for a little walk around the house if nowhere else, drink, hydrate with water or with a juice or with anything that you have, and try to eat a healthy breakfast. Try to get into this routine of eating healthy in the morning. Try to eat by 9, 9:30 so that you are able to digest it fully and your brain receives the nourishment, so that you are not cranky or hungry or sleepy. You may not realize, you may feel that your hunger has gone because nervousness has taken over, but your hunger is already there. All right? So try to be a little careful of this. You may not realize it, but some food in your stomach is a relief for your brain. All right? So try to spend time doing some of these things at the moment. You do need them. You may not know it, and it will really calm you down. So rather than stressing and feeling nervous and sitting in that room, the moment you feel nervous, try to go for a quick walk, drink some water, have a healthy snack, and hydrate. Hydration and a good sleep can really do wonders to you. On the day of the exam, I'm hoping you have your admit card. If you don't know where your center is, you will go and have a look at your center before the exam so that you reach the exam center on time, or rather before time. For an important day such as this, for which you have been preparing, reaching before time is the key to combating any stress that arises on late arrival. Start at an early time from home. Even if you reach there before, you can sit in your car or your bike or whatever this thing you have taken. It is always better to be there on time rather than rushing. Rushing will kill the first 15 minutes of your paper because your brain has gone through tremendous excitement because you are late. By the time your brain comes back to normal, it will be 15 minutes into the paper. So please be there. It is not the day to agonize. It is not a day to think about, okay, I've not done this, I've not done that. It is a day to tell yourself, I'm going to do the best with my preparation. And that you will. Because if you fill your brain with negativity, the output will be negative. So be calm. While you reach the center before time, don't get into any circles of talking or gossip. Stay with yourself. Stay with your thoughts. Stay with your loved one who has come to drop you. And don't run around listening to random GK questions and random last minute words. Those will never help. They have never helped anyone in the history of CLAT. Nobody has said till this date that the one question I heard at the gate of the exam center is the one that got me into my law school. Nobody has ever said it. So forget it. All right. Once you reach the exam hall, you get the question paper, start by checking the paper. Start with a section that you've always been comfortable with. Start with your set strategy. However, if you feel that the paper pattern has changed, don't worry. It is still asking you the things that you have worked on, right? So re-strategize. You know everything. Re-strategize. Give it a second. Give it your good thoughts. And once you have re-strategized, you know that so much time you have to spend on this reading section, so much time you have to spend on that reading section. So spread that out. Remember, the questions are the same. The concepts are the same. If a little bit of pattern has gone up and down, the world has not stopped. You have the brains to think. You are equipped. Your preparation is good, and it will help you re-strategize in no time. If you are stuck with a question, don't keep sitting on it. Move on. You can revisit the question later on if time permits, but don't keep sticking to that question and spoiling the rest of another section. It is stupid. Move on, circle it. All the circled questions you can check in the end, but it is better to keep moving in the paper rather than standing on one question. So if it is a maths set, or if it is a set that is taking too much time, you have spent 3-4 minutes, doesn't seem to work, circle it, go to the next thing, do your best there, come back. Often, from my experience, I have taken a lot of aptitude papers, CAT and all. When you revisit, it always clicks. So don't pause, just circle it, move on. When you revisit, it will click. Patience is the key. Don't rush through any passage. You will miss on the details, right? So read the passage well properly. Check the option again in the passage. Remember, you are getting marks for the right answer. You are not getting marks for any answer that you are getting through rushing. Go back, check the answer. Do your justice to it. Mark the right answer, then move on. No point rushing. You will miss out on details. You will mark the wrong answer. You attempted it also, and for your own lack of patience, you mark the wrong answer. So if you are giving it time, give it 20 seconds more, check the answer again and mark it. Follow all the instructions given in the admit card. Carry your correct ballpoint pen based on the specifications. We will do a discussion on the admit cards tomorrow. So we will spell out what the admit card is asking you to do. Remember, carry the correct pens, the correct dial watches, the correct transparent pouches, water bottles. Please follow everything. Don't try to do anything unnecessarily. If it is written, follow it. In case there is, a change in pattern, I have already said, anything that puts you off guard, go back to basics. Go to your basics. Go to the first class that you have done at CP. Go to the first sheet you solved when you had no expectation. Use that brain and that energy. Remember, it will not be that brain and that energy. It will be your current brain, which has a lot of knowledge in it, but it is panicking. But imagine you are in the first CP class, the first sheet that was ever given to you in legal, CR, whatever, and without any hesitation, how you solved it and got so much correct on it also. So go back to the basics. It will help. Put your mind there. Re-strategize. Go to no expectation zone. Re-strategize. Okay, I'll give 10 minutes here, 15 minutes here. Let's see what happens. And you will, in no time, your new strategy will be working wonders. You already know what question is there. You already know the concept. A little bit of up and down in the pattern can never deter you. Wear comfortable clothes, clothes that you imagine that bring you the utmost comfort. Don't wear tight things, just wear loose, comfortable t-shirts, baggy things. It's just you, your paper, and those 2 hours. And try to wear zippers rather than pullovers, so that you can unzip, take it off if it is stuffy or hot, right? So just try to make yourself very, very comfortable so that you can breathe in the clothes, you can think, and your attention is not on the tight jeans, but on the question paper. These small things really, really do wonders to your whole experience of test taking. Trust me. Right? ALIT we are going to do later on, but that is it from my side. Tomorrow we will discuss the admit card, any salient features in the admit card. So download your admit cards today. Be ready for the same session on admit cards tomorrow. Meanwhile, go over this session 2 times at least so that you know exactly how to prep yourself. These are just basic things. I have not told you any out of the world mantras. These are basic things, but remember, when in times of panic, what we forget is the basic things. So stick to the basics, remember this line, and you will do wonders. Thank you.